Hello, everyone. Hello, project managers out there that are working towards getting your PMP. Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment to reflect on what's happened in 2024, and let's turn around and see how we can make life better in 2025. How can we make sure that we're not making the same mistakes, that we're not looking at project management from the same point of view? Okay, so what I'd like for you to do is put in the chat some of the things that happened in 2024 that you felt could have been better. And in the meantime, what I'm going to do is get our slides up for today. Just today is just a basic accelerated review, an opportunity to get yourself grounded in what needs to happen, not only for your PMP, but what needs to happen so that you can be ready as the time comes to either take your PMP, or if you want, you can and turn around and you can turn around and use the knowledge that you already have, to move your career forward. So as a project manager, many of you who have contacted me stated that you don't believe you need the PMP, but yet your manager is asking for it. So really that's a call for you to make, right? Do you really want to go after it? Or do you want to hunt and keep hunting for jobs that will accept you with what you have? Now, with the economy the way it is, and there's some highly decorated, certified, educated, formally recognized project managers with tons of certifications, tons of accomplishments, and you may be resisting getting your PMP. That's a challenge for you. Not impossible, but which means the people who are struggling and they have all these certifications, you're going to have to struggle more than they are. You're going to get the jobs that they pass over, maybe the jobs that are not the best jobs out there, maybe jobs that have some challenges with the team or challenges with the budgeting, challenges in management. So the important thing is to make sure that you are doing what's right for you and for your family. If you're not making the money you want, but you want higher salaries, you're going to have to step into the arena and do things more than the ordinary project manager. You're going to have to hike your resume with more skills, more training, more involvement, showing engagement, taking on leadership roles, all of that. So with that, this meeting today is just a short meeting to reacclimate. The stuff that you wrote down in the chat, perfect. And the reason I say perfect, you may be thinking, well, I could be doing more. We all can be doing more. Could be doing more, but the bottom line is, why aren't we? So that's important to look back and say, why am I unable to do more? Or why am I resisting? Am I holding and waiting for the PMP to go away and they'll just hire people with whatever they have and go back to the times when employees didn't have to go above and beyond? But if you notice, no matter how far back in history you go, the individuals that did above and beyond, they were the individuals that ended up getting the bigger piece of chicken. They were the ones that got the bigger kill when they went out hunting, when you talk about the caveman days, okay? So if you want more, it's just a law of nature. You want more, you have to do more. Okay, so looking at the slide, I want to keep it today simple, right? This is a short meeting. It's just an opportunity for you to post questions, stay engaged, let you know somebody out here cares about what you're going through. Offering a free class doesn't make or break any situation for me as a trainer or for any trainers. When a trainer offers you something, that's an opportunity for you to get some hints or information that you may not have heard elsewhere. Sometimes it takes just one word, one sentence, one person, one situation that you encounter, and all of a sudden you are motivated like like you can't believe. You are motivated to do more studying. You're motivated to take more certifications. Currently, oh, by the way, I didn't mention who I am, right? Elaine Jackson from Holistic Project Management Consulting. I am the Chief Learning Officer here. We have some others that we are training, some other experienced project managers that we're doing a train-to-trainer program to get more trainers on board with the way we approach training and the way we approach project management. So back to the agenda. We are currently working on a program where we're allowing project managers to get into a mastermind. So that's going to be something we'll talk a little bit about towards the end of this presentation, but we just wanted to make sure that you were aware that, yeah, this event you signed up for is free. There is going to be a checklist sent to you, or you should have been able to retrieve it in the link after you signed up. The last page, if we go back to that download last page that you got that showed up, it should have showed you, hey, thank you for signing up. This is your sign-in page. This is the link. So if you're listening to a recording, you may want to check in with me. Let me know that you've listened to this presentation, and I'll send you that checklist. The checklist is phenomenal. You may say, well, what's the difference? A checklist is a checklist. Actually, checklist is an opportunity. The holistic PMC checklist is an opportunity for you to not get demotivated. Okay, don't get demotivated. Don't get despondent and, oh my God, it's so much material. It is, but look how far you've come in life. You're not the same person you were when your mother birthed you, right? All the things you grew. You had life experiences in kindergarten, high school, first grade, through 8th grade, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? College, got married, got divorced, got remarried, got re-divorced. I mean, so much has happened. If at the beginning of your life you said, oh my God, there's so many things to do to become a fully realized adult, I don't want to do it. Most people don't. They enjoy the ups and downs of what happens in life. And the same it is in project management. So I encourage you to take the time to slow down your test process. If you need me to build a testing as roadmap for you, we're really great at that. Holistic PMC, our trainers are really great at holding you accountable to get your work done. Some students will say, oh yeah, I want accountability. Then when we kick in the accountability, like, hey, wait a minute, I was going to go on vacation. Well, you can go on vacation. Let's take that book with you. Let's take something on your phone with a couple of maybe 100 or 200 mock exams, and let's see how we can turn around and make that vacation rewarding, but you don't have to feel guilty that you didn't get something done in terms of moving the needle on your profession, working towards your PMP, or at least encouraging you to get your knowledge sharpened up. So today we're going to look at encouraging you, getting your confidence for the test up, getting you to look at ways to improve your test results. It's really important that you don't wait till the last minute and then find out, oh my God, there's so much more to read, and I have 7 books through, and my test is next week, Wednesday. You knew that it's like Christmas, right? Christmas, Easter, Halloween. You know when it's coming. Well, come on, please. Those dates haven't changed. And so why is it that you set the test date, you knew it was coming, and you can see it approaching? You can even do a countdown timer on your phone or on your laptop or your tablet or whatever it is that you're using. You should be able to, as a project manager, manage yourself. So let's make time to manage this whole process. PMP readiness, or new job readiness, or engagement readiness for a presentation at your office. It's all about using the stuff that we've covered in project management classes. So the mindset is the first thing on the agenda. The mindset is critical. It is extremely critical that you get into the right mindset of picking the right time for studying, the right time for your exam. So one of the hints I will say is that there are certain days of the week that work better for testing than others, certain times of the day. And so you need to find the right time for yourself. I could tell you the ideal time that I have chosen that I think is perfect, like the star and moon and the sun is all in alignment, and this is the day. But you may say, no, that day won't work for me. Every person picks a date that's best for what they need to do. What's going on in their family? Do you have to drop kids to school before you start your day? So you want to get some of the things out of the way. Also, making sure that you have enough time. If you set your test date, do you have enough time to finish that test, get back home, debrief before your family comes in, or all the responsibilities for the house sent to someone else, so that even if, let's say, the testing center had a problem and they started late and you're going to get out late, that your car is not sitting on the street getting tickets or getting booted. For those of you not in the United States, booted is when you park your car somewhere illegally and they put this like metal shoe on the back tire of your car, and when you can't drive it because it's like metal and it's locked the car so that you can't move it off the street. So then you end up they boot it, then they turn around and come and take it with a tow truck. So you don't want to have anything on your mind the day of your exam, leading up to your exam. Think of it as like when you went to get married. Now, when you got married, there was a lot of chaos. I don't want you to think about that event. But if you think about a time when you were maybe planning on going on a cruise with your girlfriends or your man, you're going to have a man cave day, and there's a mindset, you're getting ready, you're thinking about it, you're buying all the things you like to eat and drink, you maybe brought a special outfit. So there's a project management mindset that has to happen as you prepare for the PMP, as you prepare for the day of the exam, as you prepare for that morning. How are you getting there? What was the atmosphere like? I remember one case I can talk about is that when I went to take my exam, I didn't pass the exam on the first try. And I said, you know what? I'm going to stay at this. And I took a couple of months to review. I have seen people that take the exam, they don't do well, and they just like, oh, forget it. And it sits like an unhealing sore on their foot or something. They just sit there and get mad and mad. And finally, then they come back and say, I want that certification. And sometimes they want it just to show that they can beat it, which is the wrong approach. You should look at ways in which, and we'll have a workshop like that later this year, is all the ways in which you can use your PMP to accelerate your salary, to accelerate your positioning, to accelerate yourself into more rewarding situations in leadership. So let's talk about the project management stories. Many of you have heard me talk about it for years. You're like, I don't want a bedtime story. I'm not a kid. Yeah, you're not a kid, but sometimes stories help transition information to help you understand what's important in the beginning. Why did you need that in the beginning? What are you going to do with it? How are you going to activate it? Who do you need to work with to activate it? And then what are you going to get out in the results? We have a workshop in that. You may say, oh my gosh, there's a workshop for everything. Yeah, pretty much. I've been in business for over 23 years, so it makes sense that for my type personality, and I'm not saying my personality is better than your personality, but what I'm saying is that my personality is one that I work pretty much 6.5, almost even 7 days a week. I'm on this, creating materials, creating integrations for my project managers, creating ways to make project management so exciting, fun, just making sure that project managers know, hey, this is an opportunity for me to have somebody believe in me. If somebody believes in you, think of the last time someone believed in you and how much you accomplished and how good you felt, that it was like walking down the street with your mom and your dad on both sides of you, right? Being there. You felt so powerful. It's like no one can interfere with this. You want that. And if you don't want it and you don't need it, that's fine. But the bottom line is that you need to be motivated. You need to increase your confidence. You need to do that Rocky move where you run up steps and raise your hand. I'm not going to say drink that raw egg because I don't like eggs. Just so any of you don't send me eggs. Yeah, but eggs, the bottom line is that you need to do something that motivates you. Eat foods that, make you feel really good. Now, I live in New England, so what do you think we eat? We like lobster. Yeah. We like a lot of seafood, but again, in moderation. Everything in moderation. So don't contact me if you're interested in going through a workshop on PMP stories. We take the knowledge areas, the process groups, the processes, and we just roll them into a story. And it becomes so enjoyable that you don't even feel like you're studying. What you're doing is connecting the dots, making the information enjoyable and memorable. The point is, during the exam, you will reach a point where you read a sentence or a comment or a scenario, and you're not sure, what are they talking about here? These PMP stories that you review over and over and over will help you transition and get one more question correct. You are really only one question away from passing or failing the exam. If you've done everything you need to do, you've given it your all, you've studied everything, you made brain dumps and study sheets and flashcards. So some people say, oh, I don't need a workshop in working on flashcards, I can do it myself. 3 weeks later, well, how are your flashcards coming? Oh, I haven't gotten to it, I'm going to get to it. When you realize the importance of it and you've delayed a long time, you start to kick yourself in your own butt because you're like, oh my God, now I see why it was so important. It's just priming your brain, getting your brain ready that no matter what question or topic comes up, you're easily grounded and you are able to figure out the answer. Increasing your salary. So we're in the home stretch right now. We're in the home stretch. I see that a few more of you popped into the room. Great. Thank you so much for being here. If you want a refund, I can send that, and that would come in the format of a hug, because this was a free class. So, but yeah, this is not the class that asks for the refund. But anyway, increasing your salary. Project managers. I held a workshop inviting project managers to do a train-the-trainer program. This was like maybe 3 years ago, and I would say about half of the people that signed up came in with the attitude of, when is payday? They didn't even check out the scope of the work. They didn't even check out, can I work with this project manager? Elaine seems a little intense. Maybe she does too much and I don't want to do too much. No, the first thing a third of the people were asking was, what are the paydays and how soon is the first payday? Instead of finding out, hey, what is your Myers-Briggs? I would like to know, before even working with someone, how can I make sure that I'm maximizing my relationship with you? How can I make sure that when I work with you, I'm not triggering you? And how do I make sure when I work with you that I'm not adding stress to your life, but that we are maybe collaborating and working together and pinging off of each other as we go and meet and scale ourselves to be this unbelievable leadership-filled project manager, right? So the important thing is, increasing your salary requires that you may have to leave the job where you are to get the salary. Because you get a PMP does not mean all of a sudden it's like walking into a dark room and you flip the light on. Oh, light! Now I can get more. No, what has happened with your mindset? Have you gone through, in getting that PMP, have you gone through a knowledge transformation? Have you gone through the mindset transformation that makes sure that you are aligned with the organization, you're aligned with your team, you're aligned with your management? If all you did was go and study and pass an exam, it's like going to the wedding with clothes that you wore yesterday and that they weren't even nice clothes. You just sort of said, yeah, I'll just put anything on and just go on in there and I'm looking really spiffy and polished like everybody else. Doesn't happen that way. So to get more answers correct, So we're at the final part of this wonderful presentation. We do tons of presentations on topics that support project managers moving their needle forward in their career. And just so you know, project managers are not only project managers on the job. They are project managers at home. They are project managers when they go to the dance recital for their kids. They're project managers when they go on the baseball field and their kid is crying, and they kick in. And some of their behaviors that they use as project managers, hopefully it's the good ones, right? We all have things that we do that are not so nice. So stop pretending you are perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But the point is, the kind of project manager you are, it shows up in everything you do. People come to your house. Oh my God, your utensil drawer, it's everything's so organized. Oh my God, the cabinet, so the bathroom cabinet, and you can see it in what people do. So in order to improve and get more answers correct, you're going to have to change. So there is a transformation that happens in the holistic PMC clients. There is a point where you're studying, you're understanding, then all of a sudden you hit a wall where your scores on your mock exam are not going up. You keep getting the same questions wrong. So we've come up with a mock exam process where we watch how you take a full test and we measure what you're doing wrong. We can see that you got maybe 12 questions wrong in a row. Now you may say, well, there's 180 some questions on the exam, so it should really matter. But yeah, what if those 15 or 20 questions you got wrong, half of them they were like easy questions. Some of them were hard. Okay, I give it to you. Some other questions are hard. Some of the questions were like one-liners with the 4 answers, or one-liners matching that on an easy topic that you're like, oh my God, how did I get that wrong? At Holistic PMC, we explore why are you getting certain questions wrong. It's not about memorizing the answers. It is more about how are you studying? How are you reading? How are you acknowledging that information? Your scores have to go up. Your scores have to reach a range where you get greater confidence, where you are feeling like, wow, I can't wait for the workday to end, so I could go and answer another 25 to 50, even 100 questions this evening. The more questions you answer, the more you increase your testing process, the much easier it gets for you to be able to pass the exam or feel confident. The higher your confidence, you can sit for hours studying because you're in your head doing what you do. You're in your head studying, reviewing, asking yourself questions. So if you're not willing to go to that, you have to go to an extreme level. Everybody's level is different. Now, you may see me on LinkedIn, you're like, oh my God, she's so intense. But it doesn't feel intense to me. It feels good. It feels engaged, fully engaged, giving it all I got. And if you're not the person to give it all you got, then you give what you need to get the results that you're okay with. If you're not getting results, this means you need to step on the gas a little bit more. If stepping on the gas more means, oh my God, it's so stressful, then that's a telltale sign that maybe you need to step back, step away from the door, step away from the table. Okay, it could be that this is just not for you right now. It doesn't mean, oh, because you can't be intense, you can't be a project manager. There are project managers of all walks of life, all kinds of ways of being. Some type A, some not type A. Okay, so looking at all the spectrum of personalities and behavioral styles, it makes up what that project team has for strengths and weaknesses. So important to realize here as we come to the end of this presentation, you are perfectly who you are for what you want to achieve in life. Do not let life get by you and you say, I wish I had, if only I had I only listened, had I taken the chance, no more had I, could I. This is January of 2025. A year from now, someone may listen to this recording and say, oh my God, how much had I accomplished in that year? Or how much could I have accomplished had I believed in my coach and let my coach just lead me one more step towards my goal? So with that, everybody, I'd like to thank you for listening to this. We're going to put this recording out on YouTube. I say Facebook, on YouTube, and we're going to make it available for those in our network who take the time to find us. We can't send this to everybody, and our message is not for everybody. There are project managers that need to hear this, but maybe won't hear it for years. They need to hear it now, but they're not ready to hear it now. They're too busy doing life. And that's okay. We all do what we need to do, but it's important not to pass the guilt to someone else. If only she had really encouraged me more. If only someone had pulled my hand and told me, yelled at me, treat me bad. No, we can't do that. Yeah, this is 2025. This is not the Stone Ages where, hit you over the head, grab your hair and drag you into the cave. No, can't do it. No, you can't sue me. Yeah, I'm not going to let you do that. So, again, those who are listening to this, hope you enjoyed the little connections of information. Hope you got something out of this. Definitely look us up on LinkedIn, either Elaine Jackson, or look up Holistic Project Management Consulting, Holistic PMC. We have a couple of different entities of our company. And just know that when you work with holistic PMC trainers, that we advocate for you. We make sure that you are all set for all facets of your profession as a project manager. And if at any time we are encouraging you to do more than what you need to do, we encourage you to do a pushback. We don't like it, but we would prefer you be happy than have you taking 12 certifications and packing it on and still not making the money you need to make. Let's focus together on how we can get you where you need to be and see what programs we offer that can help you get there. How can we open doors, hold them open, and make sure that you go through the right door to get what you need. So everyone, thank you so much. Work on your goals for 2025. And we look forward so much to hearing from you. Again, look us up on LinkedIn under Holistic Project Management Consulting or Holistic PMC. And I am Elaine Jackson, your dedicated holistic project manager. Have a great day.